Welcome to my channel, A Shun But Peaceful Nomadic Life. And I'm about to fulfill a long life dream or lifelong dream of mine, and that is to perform at an open amphitheater. I don't have an audience. Well, you'll be my audience, but I don't have a physical audience um, in the stands. But I'm just taking opportunity or taking advantage of the moment. I'm here all by myself, me and my van. And hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the channel. I'm just about to attempt to sing on stage at an amphitheater. I'm here all by myself, so you'll be my only audience. But I'm just living out a dream. That's all. And I'm just taking advantage of this opportunity since no one's here. And we'll see how it turns out. I'm going to do this. So stay tuned. Oh, I want to say this. There's a song that I always loved entitled Everything Must Change. Just regardless of whatever situation you find yourself in today, please know, and I'm sure you already know this, that the one thing that's constant is change. Troubles are not going to always remain the same. Everything evolves and moves constantly, right? So perhaps you're in a season where things just seems to be going awry, you know, and you're doing your best to be positive, and it just seems like you just can't catch a break. If you just hold on and just sit in that moment and feel whatever you need to feel, and just be grateful for the breath that you have. Be grateful for the family that you have, the job that you may have, the home that you may have. Just be grateful for that moment, right? That you even have thoughts, right? That's energy. And channel that energy to something positive. If it's a negative thought, just channel it. But just remember, everything changes. Everything must change. And that's the song that I'm about to attempt to sing on this stage at this amphitheater in this town that I'm in right now, me and my van, Quarry. So I appreciate you watching. Let's see how it goes. I just want to be a source of inspiration to how many people are willing to accept change or accept themselves. Let's start there. Accept themselves, accept who they are, know who you are, right? Even if that means totally reprogramming because your identity is steeped in what somebody else believed you to be. Even if you have to change that, recreate who you are, please know that that's the person that you are, right? And accept it. I don't know if that made sense. I hope you can follow what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm about to perform. Thanks for watching. Hello, can you see me? attempt to sing Everything Must Change, the George Benson version. I hope you can hear me. I'm nervous, but we're going to do this. And hopefully this will inspire you to go after your dreams. In however form it happens, go after it. I hope you can hear me. Let's try this. I don't want to have any copyright issues, so I will not be playing music. I'm just going to sing the song a cappella. Everyone must change. I sang that. I did that wrong. Let me start over. Everything must change. Everyone must change. I'm forgetting the words. I'm nervous. Nothing stays the same. Everyone must change. Nothing stays the same. The young becomes the old. Mysteries do unfold. 'Cause that's the way of time. Nothing and no one goes unchanged. There are not many things in life you can be sure of, except rain fall from the clouds and sunlight up the sky and hummingbirds do fly. Winter turns to spring. A wounded heart will heal, but never much too soon. Everything must change. The young become the old, and mysteries do unfold. 'Cause that's the way of time. Nothing and no one goes unchanged. There are not many things in life you can be sure of. Ooh, except rain falls from the clouds and sun lights up the sky and hummingbirds do fly, except rain comes from the clouds and sun lights up the sky and hummingbirds do fly. Everything must change. Nothing stays same. Everyone must change. Nothing and no one goes unchanged. Young becomes the old. Mysteries to unfold. 'Cause that's the way of time. Y'all still here. Thanks for watching. There's so many things happening, and so many people are just really depressed, and they're afraid. They're stuck because fear has got them there. Fear has got them stuck. They're afraid to make any changes in life. They're afraid to make moves. They're so afraid. They're so fearful. And while fear has its place in our lives, it really does. I mean, it keeps us from danger, right? You know, it can protect us from danger. But if fear keeps you from being who you truly are, who you authentically are, it's not serving you well. The minute you really embrace that you are the master of your life, when you embrace that and not feel guilty about it, then you learn to move accordingly. You're not governed. You're not governed by fear. And while it may be difficult to do something that most people might even think you're crazy for doing, or they may even feel like you can't do something that you really want to do, that you've always wanted to do, when you stop thinking about how other people or what other people think about you, when you just nix that, let all of that go, and start moving towards your purpose, like start moving towards your desires, towards the genuine person that you are, the real person that you are, and doing exactly what you want to do, fear starts to dissipate. But you have to continue to practice taming. You have to practice putting fear in its place. And your first attempt, you may not be totally happy with the outcome. It's okay. You did it. And you should be proud of yourself when you accomplish or you make an attempt to do something that you always wanted to do, but fear kept you from doing it. And then you knocked fear down somewhere You set that fear over, in the corner somewhere, and you did it anyway, despite what you were feeling. That builds character. And when you become familiar with that character, and you start to sit with that character, and you start liking that character, you start building with that character, you become that character. But it's something you have to continue to do. You can't just do it once and think you're going to be okay, because fear is still sovereign in your world if you don't constantly check fear, put it in its place. Fear should serve you. It should serve you. It shouldn't stomp your growth. You know what I mean? It shouldn't stop you from being who you truly are. It shouldn't deter you. It shouldn't discourage you. It shouldn't make you feel like you're an imposter. It shouldn't make you feel fake. It shouldn't make you feel like you're doing something you shouldn't be doing when your whole soul wants to do it. And not and another thing that feeds fear is looking to outside influences, external influences to validate your desires. Looking to other people to tell you it's okay to do what you want to do. Because you're not going to get that all the time. And that will keep you stuck. That will keep you in the same place, and there won't be any movement. And that's not going to lead to happiness, to be honest with you. And be bold. And be okay with it. Be bold about the movements you make. I had this desire. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. I didn't necessarily want to do it live, but because I'm having phone issues with uploading pre-recorded video, it's just easier for me to do lives. And of course, that's a lot more challenging. The nerves kick in, but I said I was going to take advantage of this opportunity to do something that's outside of my comfort level, okay? My comfort zone. And yes, it was more challenging. Did it come out the way I wanted to come out? No. But I knew that I was nervous. But the more I do this, the more I start doing things, I start taking charge of my life and doing things that I truly want to do and not necessarily what everybody's expecting me to do. The stronger I become. That's the main reason. That's not the main reason, but one of the reasons why I decided to share this. You don't get it right the first time, try again. Keep trying. I'm sure you notice, if you are the same person that's been here since I started. I started, I started, I restarted. I said some of the same verses over and over again. I'm trying to get it right. That's what life is about. Keep doing it until you get it right. And don't worry about other people's opinion. I lately I've been very emotional. I've been I got a chance to talk to my sister yesterday, and I know my sister loves me. She loves me so much, and I love my sister, and I miss the relationship that we had before I decided that I am done with that religion. And my sister really truly believed that this is the truth. And I get it because I was there. I can't fault her for that. But I shared with her that I'm on edge. I'm on edge because I don't know when she'll just stop talking to me again. Because I decided to make a decision for myself. I decided that I'm not going to subscribe to something that I'm not all in on. I don't believe that this is the only true religion. And it's based on evidence. And it's not just based on other people's experiences, it's based on my personal experiences. And I feel that God has brought me to light on a lot of things. This is my personal decision, not what somebody else coerced me to do. So I had to tell my sister. I had to express that to her because it was bothering me. And I told her exactly what I just said. I feel like at some point you're gonna hear a talk, and they're gonna be telling y'all that they really need to cut off from apostates. I said because that's exactly what I am. I'm an apostate. I don't dog out Jehovah's Witnesses because I still love them just like I love you and I love mommy and I love a lot of people, a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I don't fault y'all for what y'all believe. I said, but I don't believe it. So I'm just letting you know this is what I'm going through. I'm anxious, thinking that y'all gonna switch up on me again. But I'm just letting you know that if you decide if that were to happen, I'm gonna give you the full reason why I'm not coming back to that religion. I'm not going back to that religion. So if that's something that you are praying for, I'm not doing that. I'm never going back to that religion or any other religion for that matter. I'm done with religion. And I told her all the reasons why I would never go back to that religion. So if that means based on what you really now know, why, if you still feel the need to cut off association with me, I'm going to leave that up between you and God. My family knows what I went through. And if you feel like you have to invalidate everything that you know I went through, I'm not lying about anything. You know, if anything, I've always tried to encourage people and try to help people to look at things objectively. I would never mislead anybody or lie on anybody. But if you're gonna shun me, then you're shunning me for these reasons. And you have to ask yourself, do you really feel like a God who is love approves of that stance or that stand that you've taken? You really believe that God wants you to be that way when you know the type of person I am? I know my sister doesn't want to shun me. I know it. We're not that type of people. So I let go and I let God. It's all, the ball is in her court. I've made my decision. Some people are on the fence because they're so afraid of losing. Sometimes you have to lose to win. That's real talk. And it may not feel good hearing that. But if you're miserable trying to keep somebody else happy, you have lost already. And that is not helping that person. It's not helping your family by you lying. You live in this lie. You got people thinking that you on the up and up with this religion just to keep them happy. And your soul is dead or it's dying because you know that you live in a fake life. Everything is going to be fine. Everything must change. Nothing goes unchanged. And when you have that concept, everything is energy, and energy flows and constantly moves. So you could be in your darkest moment, like your whole entire family switches up on you. If you don't allow yourself to stay in that moment of despair and devastation, and you're so terrified, you're constantly thinking about, you know, how a story is going to play out without even trying. You just choosing to be miserable. That's not healthy. That's not what God wants. If you have a relationship with God, you know that's not what he wants. He wants you to be your true self. He knows who you are. It's not about saving face and trying to prove something to anybody because they're mortal. They're trying to save their own lives. You never know what people are going through. You don't even know if your family, despite them, presenting or projecting this, it could be a facade that they are, staunched believers. They're having their own struggles and their own doubts, but they're so afraid to question and to ask questions or ask questions. Like I told my sister yesterday, I said, you can ask questions, but you cannot question the answers that you're given. Yet we can question and we can ask God questions, but we can't ask a man, a mortal man. We can't question the answers they give us, even though they keep getting stuff wrong time after time. Like I told my sister, they've gotten rid of all those books, including the Proclaimers book, which is supposed to be the history of Jehovah's Witnesses. Why would they get rid of that book? Why isn't that book in print? I mean, something is not right. And I'm supposed to sit around and just fake it and act like I'm okay with all of this. I'm not supposed to share when we go out there and we share all this so-called knowledge with these people, but we hold all the false garbage. Okay, we keep that to ourselves just to save face. Nah, I'm not doing that. And I don't believe that God is that partial that he chooses certain individuals to enlighten and keep everybody else in the dark. I don't believe that. I don't believe in this chosen mess. I don't believe that because the Bible says that God is not partial. I do believe that people are so brainwashed that they cannot see the truth. But like my sister said, if God really wants me to know the truth, if there's something else than what I believe, he will reveal it to me. And I said, you got that right, baby. I said, I'm confident that he will. I'm confident. These are different times. I'm not going to be stuck in this doom and gloom mess. I'm not. I'm not. The name of my channel is A Shunned But Peaceful Nomadic Life. Nobody knows truly what I'm going through. I think that we need to be a lot, as long as I'm honest with myself. But you never know how you can help others get through whatever they're going through, just knowing that they're not alone in their struggles and in their pain. Not everybody can do social media. Not everybody is inclined to tell their business. I understand that. But there is some way, without just condemning the religion, you can show by your life what's real and what's authentic. I am not the most eloquent, you know, fluent speaker, but I speak from my heart, and I've always been that way. When I was a devout Jehovah's Witness, I spoke straight from my heart, however that may come out, and I'm speaking straight from my heart. So I hope you take it that way. I'm not here to make people feel bad, but because I've gone through this awakening, as many of you have, and in this enlightenment, in this higher consciousness, guess what? Enlightenment can be very disruptive. It can be destructive. Okay? It is exposing the darkness. It is breaking up all the wrong, all of the fake. It's exposing all of that. That's what enlightenment does. And that can be traumatic for many people. It's been a journey for me. It's been traumatic. I get on here and I try to speak positive words, but I go through it. You hear me? But I cannot stay down because that gets into your body, that gets into your being, and that causes dis-ease. It causes mental illness. It causes emotional trauma. Like that all of that is, it gets stuck in the memory of your cells. And so your body starts to react and deteriorate. I don't want that. So I can't stay negative and stay depressed and down all the time. I don't want that for you. There's a whole life out here. There's so much to be grateful for. And so that's why I talk a lot about now as I go in and really get to know myself. This self-discovery journey for me has been amazing. It hasn't been easy, but it's been amazing. And I'm sure many of you can attest to that. But as I get to know myself more and more, my paradigm is just shifting all areas of life. The way I see the world, the way I see people. The people are just, in a lot of cases, people just grasping, trying to find something, that has some substance to hold on to. When what you need is right here, it's inside of you. It's right here. The answers are here. It's in your DNA. To tap into that. You're going through something, don't give up. Again, I was telling my sister that people that are just now learning that what they've been taught all of their lives, some people well into their lives, 60 years old, just learning about this organization. That's devastating. It's all they know. You got to go through those stages, yes. You have to. But you got to keep it moving. You got to move with time. Time constantly moves. You got to keep up with it. There's a life outside of religion, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Despite the ups and downs, the fact that you're able to get through them is beautiful. And you can get through them if you just take one moment at a time and just live. The thought keeps recurring in your mind, something you really want to do. Why aren't you doing it? You say, I don't have the money to do it. I'm scared. People might think I'm crazy. Well, that's your reality. But you can change that reality just by taking steps to accomplish that goal or that desire. And see, what's amazing about the subconscious listens to the conscious. So you have to train your conscience. What you tell yourself is getting stored in your conscious, right? So the conscious impresses the subconscious. Y'all can look this up, human behavior and all of that. It's science. But the conscience, it impresses, it governs the subconscious. Subconscious is like a puppet. It does what the conscious tells it. So if the conscious is feeding into the subconscious mind that you can't do this, you can't do that, which is hallmark uh, brainwashing of Jehovah's Witnesses. Like we're told what our purpose is and everything. We're told not to think for ourselves, but to rely on mortal man. Yeah. So we have to clean that out of our conscious minds. We have to purge. You have to totally rewire that. That's not good for your subconscious. It's not good for your ego. It's not good for your whole being. So if you don't know how to do that, there's all kinds of methods and modalities out here that help you. I'm into self-coaching. I've been self-coaching myself. Self-coaching myself. Y'all know what I mean. I've been self-coaching. Um, because I'm a very hands-on person, right? And I read a book years ago on self-coaching and I was fascinated by it. But I've always been into this self-improvement thing. And self-coaching could be reading self-improvement books, reading articles online, right? Um, observing other people's experiences and seeing how they were able to overcome their situations, right? That's not a bad thing. But in reality, there's a whole process that you have to go through in order to really get to know who you are. You got to realize that everything that makes up who we are, right? You have to be aware that, especially as black people, and then on top of that, you were part of a high control religion, and then on top of that, you're a woman. It's a whole lot going on there that needs to be deconstructed and decompressed in the whole nine. So you have to work through all of those things that made up who you were as a black person, as a woman, as in this society, and as a Jehovah's Witness. You gotta, sort through all of that and find yourself through all those labels and titles. You got to find yourself. So there's a process, and it's not easy. Because then you have to accept certain parts of you was wrong. It just wasn't right. It wasn't right because it wasn't you. It was what somebody created, not you. So anyway, I don't want to sound preachy. This is the journey that I'm on in this self-discovery experience. It's been wild, and I've even changed my mind a lot about what I want to share on social media and on this particular platform. And I just decided recently I'm just going to be real. There's certain things I would never talk about on social media, but there are things that I talk about that some people may never, ever talk about because it's too much into their business. I do not care because I'm trying to reach the masses. I'm trying to help people see that there's life to live out here. You really need to get to know who you are. That will help you understand the world that you live in. The more you get to learn and figure out who you are, that'll actually bring you closer to your higher power or your creator. Just getting to know who you are. You know why? Because getting to know who you are, the God being in you, you're getting to know that God. You're getting to know that creator, that source of all things. That's what is so amazing about that whole process. You're not just getting to know who you are as a human, but you're getting to know that divinity, that divine energy that exists inside of you. So anyway, that's my spiel for today. Um, I appreciate you listening. Um, Life is not perfect, but it really is all about mindset. And when we change the way we look at things, the world changes. Things change. And for the most part, they change for the better. All right, love. So again, thank you for rocking with me for this nearly 45 minutes. I appreciate you. I love you. I wish you peace, joy, happiness, light, and keep rocking, keep moving. Start doing some of those things you always wanted to do, and see how your heart flutters. All right, peace, love you. She said, "Bravo." Oh, that was nice. Thank you, sweetie.